Hey, I'm Candace, your host, and if you're ready to grow your business and build your authority by getting booked on podcasts, I've got something special for you. I'm launching a brand new course that will walk you through exactly how to get booked on podcasts. Everything from identifying the right shows to pitching, preparing for interviews, and leveraging your guest appearances for growth. Plus, if you sign up for the waitlist now, you'll get early access to the course and these special bonuses. When you officially enroll in the course, you'll save $50 and get a free one-on-one strategy call with me to help you prep your speaking points and align your offers. These bonuses are limited and end on April 13th, so make sure to sign up today. Head to the link in the show notes to join and get started on your podcast guesting journey. I can't wait to help you get booked and start sharing your message with the world. Now let's dive into today's episode. I have Ashlin from Blooming for Wellness. She is a certified whisperologist. She is an alternative healthcare practitioner and owner of Blooming for Wellness. She knows firsthand what it takes to build a business while filling several other roles. Welcome to the show, Ashlin, and go ahead and tell us a bit about yourself and how you got to where you are now in your journey.
I became a whisperologist 2 years ago. What made me do that was my son. He had a seizure out of the blue that lasted over 30 minutes. And I was looking for answers, and I took him to Mayo in Rochester, did not get any answers. And so after searching and searching, I had found Steve, my teacher. I took him to see him. I had no idea what he did. 2 weeks later, he was a normal boy. I had to know what he did and how he did it and how it was possible. My son will be 5 years seizure-free on April 1st, and we completely believe in whisperology because we saw firsthand with my son how it healed him. Steve is now teaching whisperology. He's based out of Arizona, and I took his course and completed it and became certified. That's how I started with my journey on whisperology. I needed to know what he did because I didn't know what I was going to do when he closed his clinic, and I haven't looked back. Building a business from the ground up takes a lot, but I knew that I had to do it because whisperology is very powerful and can help a lot of people.
It sounds like you just did it for your son and you dove right in. What is it? Because I've heard of a lot of holistic things, and this is not one that I'm aware of. So can you just give us like a brief rundown of, in layman's terms, what is it?
Growing up, I did a lot of alternative healthcare practices as well with all of my kids, and growing up, my mother did a lot as well. So we had went to a chiropractor that did applied kinesiology, which is muscle testing. And we had done that a lot. We have seen herbalists and have done that. We tried a lot of different things. And so since growing up, I knew a lot from that. And my son still had this seizure out of the blue. So nothing made sense to me why he would have this seizure. Whisperology is intention-based field resonance testing. So what I've discovered is that whisperology tests consciousness, information, energetic, and physical levels. And all those other modalities that I was doing does not test all of that. Basically, what happens when somebody comes in for a whisperology session is I am testing consciousness, information, energetic, and physical levels. And this is all informational medicine. And so when I'm testing all of these things, it includes absolutely everything. So we're looking at your emotions. We're looking at your physical health. We're looking at what you're deficient in. So we're getting everything. And so I think that's what was missing for my son and for a lot of different alternative methods is testing absolutely everything. And sometimes you just need a little bit more. And so that's what my son needed, was a little bit more. So alternative medication or alternative healing was working for everybody in my house but my son. And so that was the missing link for us, was getting that intention-based field resonance testing and testing absolutely everything.
You own your own business now. Were you always an entrepreneur, or was there a life before that?
I have not owned my own business before this. I do like people though, and I like helping others. And so I believe that my son had this seizure so that I could learn whisperology and help others by starting my own business to share what whisperology does for people.
What was that like? Were you working like a 9-to-5, working for someone else? What was that like to take that leap into owning your own business?
I did have a job that was like 9 to 5, and it takes faith. Really, it takes faith. It takes a dream. It takes a goal. And I had all those things, and I just had to put it into place. Having a support group is huge. And I had all of that. So I didn't have anything to lose by not doing it. So I just had to take that leap of faith and just do it and just know that if it didn't work out, then there's a reason why. But I think there's a purpose in everything. And I believe my purpose is to share whisperology and help others heal.
Tell me more about the nitty-gritty. What was the process like? You mentioned like it started with a thought and it started with your goal and your passions, all of that. Tell me then, like, how does that turn into action for you? What did you do? Was it finding a building? Was it making a website? What were some of those specific tangible pieces for you along the way?
When I decided that I was going to do whisperology, I had to do this course. So it took me a full year to figure out exactly how I need to play it out. So I had a plan. So I wrote down a plan. And then from there, I just checked off each box as I got it done. So I had to look for a place and decide, well, what is most efficient for me and for my business? What can I afford and what is needed? Starting a business, you want everything, but I don't need everything to start my business. So I started by just having the bare minimum and then just continuing to grow from there. Looking at buying a place, renting a place. So right now I'm currently renting a place because it's the best option for me and my business. And eventually I'd like to have my own practice built and own it instead of renting. But that's a goal again. So just keep looking at those visions and goals and not giving up is the biggest part.
Like what you said about you might want or think you need to have all these pieces, but that in reality, to start something, you really don't need a lot. Tell me about the decision-making process of deciding what was the bare minimum that you needed, because I think it's easy to get distracted and think, I need an expensive website. I need to hire a web designer. I need to this, and this, when really a lot of businesses can be started without a website or without these flashing lights. And so how did you decide what pieces were necessary and what could be put on the list for future?
I wrote all of them down and then I thought about it for a good week. As I continued to think about it, I sorted it out, going some of the things that I thought I needed, I really didn't need. And so really it didn't take a whole lot to start because whisperology can be done anywhere. So you can do it remotely and you can do it in person. You could do house calls. So you don't have to have a brick and mortar building. You just have to have the heart and the drive to help people. When you stick to that and look at your vision, you can go, okay, I don't need that right now, but eventually I will have that and make it more sufficient and efficient for people as you continue to grow.
You're in it, you figure all these pieces that you need to get started. And then I feel like this might be a hang up for a lot of people. They can take care of all that. They're good at doing. Then how at this point do you get the word out and kind of announce like, I am open for business. You can book time with me, or, I have these services. How did you go about, I know there's lots of ways to do it, but how in your experience did you go about letting people know that you're open for business?
How I went about it was having a word of mouth, actually, having a support group and word of mouth. During the course, you have to have clients, so clinicals. And so those people were spreading the word because they were getting help when we were going to school for it. And so then, having friends and family and sharing with them your passion about it and sharing with them what you've helped others with really gets the word out. And then the place that I decided to rent is very supportive, Eagle Valley Chiropractic, very supportive at what I do. And so just having that support around places that you rent or things like that really helped get the word out. I advertised on Facebook and Instagram as well. I did not have a website actually for the first entire year. And I knew that I didn't need it to grow. In the back of my mind, I knew that I did not need a website to grow. I knew that I could grow without social media. I posted on social media, but I knew that I wasn't going to get most of my clients from social media. I knew word of mouth was big, and just getting the word out in my area is very helpful. Also, the other piece to the puzzle is writing everything down. So journaling every day on what you're thankful for and what your dreams and goals are, and write them down as if they've already happened, plays a big part in everything.
I'm a huge believer in journaling and affirmations and just the power of our own minds, and that we have the choice and the ability to rewire our thinking and really affirm and put those dreams into our life. life and speak them into our life as if they've already happened. I know that you've talked a bit now about this great support system, and I think that's awesome. And I know the value for my own journey. Talk about that and what that's like when there are highs and lows and what that support system being in place can do for you. Also, maybe I wonder, how did you find your support system? Did you just always have it? Was it family? Was it friends? Was it people you met in class? I think some people would love to have that, but they don't know where to go to find it.
My support system is all three of those things that you said. So it's family, it's classmates, people that I've met along the way in whisperology, and it's friends. I used to be a person that didn't necessarily like to ask for help or like to say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Check this out. And then I realized that I used to think of it as bragging. And I'm really not bragging. I'm out there to help people.
Right.
And so when I was telling my story to people, they could tell how compassionate I was about it and how it really transformed my life. And they thought that maybe it could transform theirs too. Some of the support people that I have are really great friends, and some of them are life coaches. And just when you think that you should just throw it all away, you reach out to them and they always have the exact right thing to say. There are highs and lows, but you just turn around and you regroup and you reach out, and that's what they're there for. They get you back on your feet and you just recenter and keep hitting the pavement.
It might be one of the most vital pieces to have when you're in entrepreneurship, because it is such a roller coaster of highs and lows. Like, that's just coming with the territory. So having a group or even a small space of 1 to 2 people that you can be like, hey, this is happening, talk me off the ledge. I've noticed that it helps me move through things so much quicker. I don't have to sit in my own thought spiral space because I can say it out loud. I can release its power over me. And then those people can speak truth back into me so much quicker than when you're in it on your own. So I think it's a really undervalued piece to entrepreneurship.
Yes, I completely agree. You couldn't have said it any better.
What advice would you have for other entrepreneurs? What do you wish you knew in the beginning that you know now?
So my advice for other people is to write down your dreams and goals, journal, write them down, make a vision board and hang it up, look at it every day so you can stay focused on what you're striving for. Sometimes we just get caught up in the stress in life because everybody has stress in their life and everybody has something else going on. But when you see your vision board every day, when you journal every day, when you write down what you're grateful for every day, it keeps your mind on track on what you're striving for. Usually all of your gratefulness outweighs what you're stressing about or what you're struggling with. That's my advice to others, is to write it down and have that support group. And it doesn't have to be big, 1 or 2 people, and look at your vision board every day. And sometimes it's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a day off and reset.
You're hitting on the fact that spending time on your mindset is time well spent. It's easy to get in this hustle when you're starting a business of all the logistics and things that go into it and want to just go and check boxes and get things done. But the moments that you're talking about, and I can attest to it as well, and so can the other women entrepreneurs in my life, those moments of journaling, those moments of checking in with yourself and keeping your vision and your purpose in mind is extremely powerful. It's just so undervalued and underused, just like that sacred circle of people that support you as well. Those 2 things, they don't sound like they're going to be in business entrepreneur like how-to book, but they're 2 things that make possibly the biggest impact in your business and the joy that you're going to continue to get from it. Because even though it was a passion at one point, sometimes things turn into work. And as long as you're keeping that mindset piece in check, keeping your vision clear, that will avoid that piece of it turning into this, I have to do this, and this burden of work. It's going to stay in that positive space.
And having a positive space is necessary. If your support group is telling you all the negative things about what you're doing, you need to change your support group. That energy and what they're telling you is not helping you with your dreams and goals. So make sure you're hanging out with the right people that are uplifting and giving you that right energy and supporting you that way.
That's a really great point. Not everyone is deserving of hearing your goals and dreams, and not everyone is that support circle. And so being aware, noticing that as you're starting to look for it in your journey, you'll know, I think, when you share something with that person and you'll know how it feels to get their feedback. And if it just feels not good or like unaligned, and my friends and I ask, like, how does that feel in your body? Because your body is brilliant and it's going to be able to tell you things. And so just being in tune to that, you're going to be able to navigate who are the people that get to hear those great things and are going to be your safe space. And then who are the ones that they're just not ready or on the level that you need to get to hear those pieces.
Absolutely. Because you want to remain balanced. And when somebody is not supporting you, you are completely unbalanced. And so when you stay balanced, everything is so much better. I mean, and that's what that's what we do in whisperology is we help people create balance in their life, create balance in their consciousness, information, energetic, and physical levels. Having that balance brings such a better life and a lot more health to their well-being.
Tell me about what is it like if someone were to book an appointment with you? How do they go about that? What does that look like? What could they expect?
If somebody wants to book an appointment with me, they just reach out to me. They can either call me or they can send me a text message. I do have my website up so they can contact me there as well. Whisperology is really easy. It's for anybody at any age. All they need to do is wear comfortable clothes and they basically lay down on a massage table. Then I do the testing from there for them. So it's super easy. Anybody can do it. I've tested babies, infants, toddlers, adults, elders, and even animals. So it can be done on anybody or any animal.
And what types of things do people come to you for typically?
Anything. Basically, I've seen anything from a stroke to digestive issues to the sniffles to viruses to bacteria to strep throat, anything. The limits are endless. Some people have seen me regarding their diabetes. Some people have seen me regarding kidney stones. The list is endless. And so things that would come up in testing would be, let's say, it can be something physical. It could be radiation. It could be toxicity. It could be artificial fragrances. And then also we dive into the emotions. And so there could be that they're struggling with peacefulness. They're struggling for peacefulness. They probably have anxiety. They could be grieving over something that they haven't let go of. And so all of these things are related to us physically. Let's say there is grief and you lost your grandma a couple years ago and you thought you let it go, but you didn't. And so now they're having stomach issues. Just helping them let go of that grief resolves their stomach issues. And so we literally look at everything. And the main goal is to get your entire body balanced so that you heal.
That's fascinating. At the very beginning of the testing pieces and stuff that you're talking about sounds familiar to me. I went and had nutrition testing done, but it sounds like yours goes multiple layers further than that. So super fascinating.
And sometimes people need more than one type of wellness. So sometimes people, it's a pie that you're trying to put together. So sometimes people need exercise with whisperology, or they need acupuncture with whisperology.
Right.
Through whisperology, you can always test to see what is best for people. Should you go to an acupuncturist, or is it not what your body wants right now? Should you go do craniosacral therapy with it, or is it not beneficial right now? It is just really cool that you can test those things. Everybody's different to see what you should do.
I just love being able to give people more tools and more knowledge to make decisions for their own wellness in whatever avenue they can. So kind of wrapping up here, I love to always ask at the end, what message would you like the listeners to take away today if they remember nothing else that we've talked about?
Yeah. So what I would like to tell people is if you have a thought or a dream, go for it. It will make you feel better. It will make you look at life differently once you've accomplished that goal. You can be so grateful for accomplishing that dream or goal and start small. You don't have to start big. But if you've always wanted to do it, go for it. You only get one chance while you're here.
So true. So tell me, I know you mentioned a website and things. What specifics can you give us for ways people can connect with you?
You can text me at 715-495-8448, or you could call me. Otherwise, my website is www.blooming4wellness.com. The information's on there to send me a message on there.
Okay, perfect. I'll link all that in the show notes for our listeners. And thanks so much for being on and willing to share your story.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for tuning in. If you're ready for podcast mentoring, whether it's setup, editing, planning, or guesting, you can book a one-on-one call with me through the link in the show notes. I hope you feel seen, inspired, and like your dreams and goals are completely valid, because they are. See you next Tuesday.